Today we'll be trying out our second money-making method on our trash-locked account. Last time we managed to collect a good chunk of money from picking up the loot that people left while they were training thieving at the fruit stalls in Hosidius. Today's money-making method actually comes from one of you. Demon10205 said that we should go to Wintertodt or Temperos and try to pick up some loot that people leave behind. I've trained at Wintertodt before, so I do know that this is a thing. And a lot of people, including Demon10205, suggested going to Nex in Korend, I don't know if I'm saying that right, and picking up the loot people leave behind from those. And that's gonna lead me into the discussion of our very first levels that we're gonna be getting on the account. In order to actually take loot from really dangerous Slayer monsters, I would feel a lot better having protection prayers. And as you can see, my levels are unimpressive. So at present, my plan is to find some methods of making money that are a bit safer, and then we'll work our way up to those more dangerous methods, because first we're gonna need to make some money to train the prayer. Now, these were the things we left last time, and as you can see, almost everything sold. These berries did not budge. Now, they're not worth a ton. I'm just gonna put them back in, maybe lower the price a little bit, see if we can just offload these, and there we go. Not bad. Let's check on our bank before we do anything else and see that we have 159K in our cash stack and total bank value of 164K. As you can see, I'm also just kind of holding on to some junk right now, and we'll figure out what to do with that stuff later. In order to do all the things we want to do, we first probably want to establish a travel method. So I'm going to buy a games necklace, and, you know, that'll help us get to Wintertodt. Let's buy 10 of them. Boom, they bought right away, which is perfect. And as I randomly toss my 10 games necklaces in my bank, I realized something. How am I supposed to tell the difference between an item that I picked up off of the ground from another player versus an item that I paid for in the Grand Exchange and want to hold on to in my bank? In order to not confuse my dumb brain, I need to be very careful when I go ahead and just buy stuff in bulk. So I'm gonna put my games necklaces in this tab. I'm gonna move this tab over here to our second slot. This tab, for now, is going to represent the things that I've bought and want to hold on to, and I do not want to mix these up with drops that I get from other players. It's not a big deal if I do, but basically this second tab is going to be anything that I've paid for and I don't plan on selling. So if it goes in here, I basically can't sell it on the GE. Anyway, I'm gonna put one of these on and we are going to enact step 2. So we have our games necklaces. We can get to and from the Wintertodt very easily. Now we need to actually get some warm clothing for our best chance of surviving. So I'm playing at a time where the Easter event hasn't ended yet. Normally you would probably go out and get the Clue Hunter outfit so you could stay a little bit warm, but these holiday events come with warm outfits. So all we have to do is finish this Easter event, and then we should have access to, I believe, some extra warm clothing, because we can get that ridiculous looking Easter bunny outfit, and that should let us stay warm without having to go dig around all over the map and buy more teleports and things like that. There is, of course, one flaw in my plan, one potential flaw. I know that the requirements for Wintertodt are to get level 50 fire making. Now, the wiki says that's in order to participate in killing the Wintertodt. So I think I can still hang out inside the actual arena. I just can't, you know, chop and burn the logs or the kindling to participate in the fight. I'm kind of hoping that I'm right about that, because if I'm not, and some of you might already know the answer to this, but if I'm not, then this is going to be kind of a major setback. But at least we'll have a warm outfit for later if we choose to try this out again after getting 50 fire making. That is the Easter event complete. And I just noticed something. It almost got me to my first level on the account. I have 3 XP remaining until level 2 cooking, thanks to cooking the eggs. So that was a close one. I really didn't want that to be the first level, and not that it really matters. Let's head back to Lumbridge now. We need to make our way to Draenor and try to pick out this holiday outfit real quick. So after doing the Easter event, these are all the holiday items I can currently claim. Now, I believe the bunny outfit is enough to keep us warm. I believe. I hope. I might go look this up real quick, but our fashionscape is coming along here. I looked it up, and indeed the bunny outfit does count as warm clothing, and the ears do not, so we can wear our new hat. Now, I was gonna go straight to the Wintertodt from there, but I realized I forgot one pretty important thing, and that is a cheap kind of food. I'm level 10 HP, so the Wintertodt cannot damage me too much, but it can damage me. So I am going to just get some, I don't know, some cakes. Normally, if I was playing like an Iron Man or something, I would just go steal some cakes, but this is Garbo Slop, and Garbo Slop doesn't simply steal cakes. I have to use the money that I've made from other players leaving things behind, and I can use that to buy things like food. So that's what I'm gonna go do. I put in an offer for 100 cakes, which is quite expensive considering how much money I have, and I got 91. We're gonna go ahead and just take back the rest of our money. I don't really necessarily need that many cakes. That's a lot of cake. Let's just pull some of these out, and I will begin heading over to the Wintertodt for the very first time. We'll go ahead and use our necklace and teleport to the camp. All right, and the moment of truth. Can I walk through the doors without 50 fire making? Let's see. Okay, I was feeling defeated until I saw these uncut diamonds laying on the ground. What's going on? Wait, are people just leaving stuff right here? Outside? Wait, there's more notes over here. Do I not need to go inside? Okay, new plan. I'm gonna consider what I should do next, but I'm also gonna hang out in the bank for a bit while I kind of think this through, because I think people are opening up their loot crates here and then kind of dumping stuff. The round, I just peeked, the round just started. So in about 5 minutes or so, a flood of people should come out and start leaving things on the ground, hopefully. And I don't know, this might be a strategy. All right, here they come. A lot of them are using their games necklace to kind of teleport back outside, just to save a little bit of time. So once the dust settles here, we're going to start seeing some drops hopefully appearing on the ground, not just in the bank, but probably over here as well. So we got to watch this very carefully. Here we go. I see a raw salmon. That's 9. Okay, here we go. I'm so nervous. I don't know if that's going to be it, or if, like last time, everyone just kind of like drops stuff all over the ground out here. I've been standing out here a few minutes since picking up the salmon, and I've literally seen not a single drop since then. It only takes about a minute for things to start appearing on the ground after people drop them, and perhaps when we got here it was a little bit of a fluke. Maybe a couple extra people or one person decided to drop stuff outside when they normally would have dropped it inside, and that's where we got all of these things. I don't know. I was really hoping to see just a bunch of items spammed everywhere. I'm gonna wait. It looks like one more round is ending right now. I'm going to wait until after all of these folks leave, give it about a minute, and if we don't see any drops, we will move on. I gave it a good long time. I managed to get some watermelon seeds, and I don't know why people do this, but literally right next to this bank deposit box, someone dropped this pile of coins. I don't get it. I will never understand why things like that happen in RuneScape, but I'm not going to complain. This wasn't the worst trip ever. Before we put this stuff away, actually, let's look and see how much we got from this failed attempt at making money. Okay, yeah, almost 8,000 coins. That's really not half bad. I will put it in here, and we need to regroup. So here's what I'm thinking. We managed to make about 8,000 coins just standing outside the Wintertodt. And as someone who's spent a lot of time in the Wintertodt in the past, I know just how much value people are willing to leave on the ground whilst playing that game. So I believe in this training method, and because of that, it is time to do our very first skill grind on the account. We are going to go and try and get 50 fire making today. In order to do that, I'm heading back to the GE. It's time we kind of get ourselves some teleport methods. I'm kind of running around for no reason. I have money now, so it's probably good to buy some teleport tabs just to get around the map a little bit easier. I put in some offers, 10 teleports for all of these places, and I'm going to go ahead and grab the ones that came through because all I was trying to get right now were Lumbridge teleports. I've just bought a couple of axes and a tinderbox. I did say I was going to buy stuff like this on the GE, but I don't know. Shops aren't necessarily off limits. I just don't like using them when I can use the GE. In any case, a quick reminder of the actual rules. Now, I am allowed to sit here and train skills. We are going to go ahead and get our first level on the account right now, which is going to be woodcutting. What I'm not allowed to do is save the stuff I gather from training. So, with that in mind, I am going to train woodcutting and fire making back to back. We're not going to be making trips to the bank. I'm just going to be chopping logs and then burning them. Let's go ahead and get that first level. And there it is. Level 2 woodcutting, the very first level that we've earned on Garbo Slop. And thus begins our grind to level 50 fire making. This one could take a handful of hours. I've done it before rather recently because I was playing around with a new Iron Man account. It's not super quick, but you know what? It is going to be worth it. And there's level 6 wood cutting, which means we can upgrade to a steel axe, which is pretty nice. Let's go ahead and take this one and drop it on the ground. We are done with that. And there's level 2 fire making. There's level 10 fire making. And there's level 15 wood cutting. We can move on to oaks now. Level 20 fire making. So status update, I'm at level 27 fire making and 23 wood cutting. And I've been sitting here feeling pretty good. I'm editing the video as I continue to chop wood. It just kind of dawned on me that I am playing on a main account. And I don't have to train wood cutting. I could just buy the logs. Listen, if I could have made this an Iron Man account, I would have. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry that I forgot about, buying things and training skills that way. I would have been done with this already. I don't need that many logs to get to the levels I'm trying to get. I just feel ridiculous right now. And there's level 30 fire making. We're gonna move on to willows now for a bit. 35 fire making. There's 40 fire making. There is 45 fire making. It is now time to switch it up to maples. And whenever this happens, I have been throwing away the excess logs, which is very, very heartbreaking. I did try to use a skill calculator, so I didn't waste anything. It did not work. It deceived me, so now I get to waste a bunch of money. But it's fine. Whatever. According to the wiki, it takes 295 maple logs in order to get from 45 to 50 fire making. So I'm going to trust that instead and try and buy these. 47 fire making, 48 fire making. Here's 49 coming in hot. Sorry. Last log. There it is. 50 fire making. Just like the wiki said, too. We can now burn mahogany logs, but none of that matters. We can now go to the Wintertodt. All right, for the first time, we have officially entered the Wintertodt. Now, my setup for Wintertodt is a bit different than what you might normally see. I'm just bringing some food and my warm clothing. The round is almost over, so I'm gonna go stand in, well, next to one of these two braziers. I never know how to say that word, but next to one of the two flame pits. And once people kind of dropped the things they got from crates, we will be able to hopefully clean up very nicely. So I'm just going to kind of start making my way over there now. And I think we'll start at this one. My goal, though, is once I start seeing notes drop on the ground, I'm going to pick up what I can, and then I'm going to run to the other side before the other stuff despawns to see if I can just get the loot from both sides of the field here. Here we go. We got some stuff dropping already. Oh, people are picking it up. I didn't realize there'd be that much competition. Oh, boy. All right. Let's see if I can get to the other side and grab anything. I'm back to using Entity Hider, and that's helping a little bit. There are things kind of sporadically being dropped, but not as many things as I had hoped. This is still my first round, though. It would probably be worth my time to just kind of stand here. I'll take a little bit of damage, but I just don't want to miss anything that somebody might drop. I guess we'll see what happens by the end of this round. Second round has started. I am starting to see some notes just kind of once again scattered around. People seem to pick things up out of the crates, drop what they don't want on their way out the door. So I'm just kind of grabbing things all over the place, and then sometimes other people do pick them up. So this is my second round, and I think this is an interesting strategy for making money so far. I know I need to give it more time before I judge it too harshly, but I've already been at it all day, and it took a while to get here. So I'm thinking about my next move. I may deem this a worthwhile way to make money and stay here longer, maybe train my fire making as well along with everybody else, or we'll try out another money-making method. But as it stands, this is all the loot I managed to pick up while hanging out at the Wintertodt today, after just basically what amounts to a couple of rounds. So is this the long-term money-making method for the account, or are we going to move on to something else? I don't know. The next episode, if it is released, is on the screen now, so you might as well click it and find out.